And welcome everyone. We have our homeboy here, Alex, our world's winner, our world champion. How you feeling today, bud?
I'm feeling good. I'm surprised how well this event is going.
That's kind of been the whole theme of today, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
it is it.
huh, this is actually just really good today.
Yeah, because you look at the times like, oh, it's from 9 to 9. That can't be late, but we're good.
Okay,
Time
okay,
management is good, so we're about to start the top
okay.
eight.
So, like, okay. So, for most of you guys at home who might not know who is, introduce yourself. What
Oh
your
yeah.
your experience with Vanguard? How long you been playing?
You can call me Alex. I've been playing Vanguard since like Limit Break era, but I have never played competitively until like 2009. Started to go to tournaments the first time.
Okay. Okay.
Then COVID struck, right? So no tournaments, and last year I started the grind again, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, of course.
And somehow it worked out.
Okay.
Like,
Because you were doing like the numbers in a lot of these tournaments, making a bunch of top eights. You and Victor,
yeah,
obviously, yeah.
Springfest went well. I was like, okay, this is working.
Okay,
And
okay.
then BCS started, and this was not working until the last one, which was like, okay, let's do another one. And then somehow won France, and then I went to Worlds. Like, oh, cool, it's Worlds, and somehow I ended up top 8 there, and winning. So yeah, that was
Hey,
that was something.
but what's your mentality usually for preparation for going to these type of tournaments? Like, what's your mindset?
Usually I try to prepare, obviously, but like I have before last year I have like limited people to play with because okay, you play with your locals, play with your friends, your teammates, try a little bit things. But now actually knowing more people around the globe and having access to remote testing helps a lot. So this is a very big help.
So taking part in things like BRO or taking part in the official
Yeah.
Bushiroad server, where you can also remote fight against people, and you can also play anonymously, so you don't have to worry too much about people knowing who you are and stuff like that either. So you could play in privacy, or not even knowing like what spicy text you might be bringing or anything like that.
Yeah, it happened. Happened in Bro actually.
Really?
Nobody knew who I was because everybody knows me as Alex, but nobody knew my online handle for it. So
Ah, so you could just play in
yeah,
peace and
I
just
am
chill out. Yeah.
I embarrassed myself anyway. So
Really?
it was 4 a.m. for V Bro. I was like,
Oh
oh my god,
yeah.
I'm so tired. I
Mhm.
played against a friend and I misplayed heavily the last round, which cost me the game.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, but it's not too bad. And then so I was playing Dimension Police against his team maidens.
Yeah.
But then I watched a little bit back on the stream, and somebody wrote in chat, DP was almost base, and that hurt me to this day.
Oh my gosh. Like you could have a multiple amount of compliments happen, just like one negative feedback thing, and
Was
that'll just sit
almost
in your
based.
brain. Yeah,
Almost.
that'll sit in your brain forever, man. But talking about forever and talking about things that you want to keep in mind, what are some of your future prospects? Like, what are things that you want to leave as a staple, your legacy? Like, what are things you want to leave behind?
Wow, that's a loaded question.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, I try. I think I try to be a more positive guy. People who know me, play with me, know I'm very easygoing about the card game. It's not too serious. Obviously, I can get mad if bad things happen, but those are part of the game, right?
Yeah.
So I just hope everyone has me like in good memory and no beef with me. That's enough for me.
Aw.
I'm humble. I'm a humble person.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's
So
it's
now he
fine.
just actually ruined it by calling himself not humble anymore. But all right, yeah,
All right,
it's
the
fine.
humble people do not come so humble. Yeah, but I tried to stay humble
No, I
during
understand.
the game.
You're good.
That's what I meant.
Okay, that's good. Like talking about the people who know you and people who play with you. What is your local scene like? Because you are around prominent players like Jacobus. You're part of the Benelux crew as well, who tends to test with
I
like
mean,
Solemn and all those known
yeah,
players as well.
I'm from Austria, so actually, I haven't get to know the German crowd
That
until last
much?
year. Yeah,
Oh well.
we just I've met them first in 2019, like
Mm-hmm.
very briefly,
Yeah.
and then there was the 2 year gap, right? So
Ah,
there
okay.
was
Didn't
not much
really.
going on, and we only just catch up during Springfest, which was nice.
Okay.
But back at home, we have like 15-ish people in Austria. 2 are also participating today, which is nice. One of them is made it to top 8, I think. So congrats.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But we're a small but dedicated crowd, so we like to travel around for Springfest especially. We're gonna do that from Austria, and we have one big local shop where we can play Marvel cards probably most Europeans know Marvel cards.
Everybody is,
Yeah.
if you've probably been somewhere in Europe and you've probably ordered some cards and you said, okay, I couldn't find it in a card market, you had to go to Mao. So yeah, that's
Yeah. So Marvel cards is our local. So thanks for helping out.
yeah, you keep the lights on, you keep a place for them to play open.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So you talked a little bit about dedication, right? Being dedicated towards something. You're a person who's been dedicated to most archetypes in Brandgate. How have you felt about some of the more recent support that we've gotten for Orphis as of late? How do you feel about those cards?
Good actually. I mean, despite how I performed today, it's actually good. Set 6 gave us Nuvaria, which is an insane card.
Yeah.
And it keeps getting better actually. So we still have the issue of no hand, as Orphis does, but it gets better. It gets more consistent. We get more generic order searches which help obviously. And I'm really excited for the next one. But it's set 10, and set 10 is like
So far away.
so far away.
We're heading to
least we
set
get
9 already.
Set 9 with Freiheit. Yeah, the grade 2.
Yeah.
Oh, that one will be fun. I can wait to test it. But I'm also excited for the new Brandgate Redline because I'm a mecha guy. Obviously, I'm gonna gravitate towards that.
Yeah. And talking about like future things to look forward to as well, we do have the history collection stuff. Are you excited
Oh
to
yeah.
see potentially what
Yeah.
Victor could do in the future? How do you feel about that one?
I'm very excited. So I missed out most of the G era due to not being too interested in the game, sadly, at that time, and also not affording too much of it. But
Being a student, it makes it a little difficult.
I was
to,
a student at the time,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it coming back gives me like a second chance to try it again, which is nice. But looking at what's floating around from all the theory crafting,
Yeah.
it looks scary. History collection looks scary.
Potentially.
Like going first, and people are like, you need to main deck Rollock now because if you play against this deck and they go first, they have like 8 attacks and you're in grade 2. It's like, oh no. Okay, we'll see how this one turns out.
Exactly. And then what makes Rollock a very prominent card? Like, what some of the strongest cards do you feel going forward right now in Overdress and in Premium? Do you feel have been some of the like callback cards you like always go back to? You think like, man, this card is strong.
I mean, Overdress kind of introduced like the besides creator mantles we had in the past,
Yeah.
the nation staples, which
Yeah.
every nation staples runs. I mean, the most prominent one will be Inlet Pulse, I think.
Yeah.
Even
of
though
course,
the first effect is restricted to Flagback, you still run it everywhere, and Leonon apparently does use that as well. So yeah, that's a good thing because you can get these cards and they retain value, and you can use them across the nation.
Yeah.
And we keep getting those, but they are also a bit expensive to afford. I have no illusion that Freiheit will be also a more sought after card of the next set.
I would think that Freiheit maybe might be just because it's a double rare, right?
Yeah, it's a triple rare.
It's a triple rare.
Yeah.
I
it
wouldn't
might-
see it to be too expensive, and especially if you're doing like case splits.
Yeah, that might work. It's more comparable to how Swell and Inlet Pulse maybe started out.
Yeah, it looks
around
like
that, but-
relatively like 15, and then if more developed lists come out, it just becomes a bit more expensive stuff.
Yeah, so the most memorable cards in Overdress tend to be like these staples. Like everyone's talking about Swirler, Inlet Pulse, Mobile Mine, where we have Forktail,
Yeah,
or even Dower Rares making in,
yeah, in Premium,
especially.
it's also being played a little bit in Premium as
Right.
well. Yeah, yeah,
And in Premium, it's probably the Creator Elementals,
Yep.
like Rollock.
yeah. Rollock, Dismal.
Yeah, right. You have Dismas, Beacon. Some people run.
I guess it's against like aggressive retire matchups and stuff because you have the grade 2 from Sprite Brothers that can target a unit and turn off its abilities and stuff. Yeah. Or you can't pay the cost for your abilities on your on attack skills. That can get kind of scary sometimes.
It is, yeah. And whatever else, it's just depends on the format. I think the last format we have, Steam Maidens like immortalized themselves
Yes.
as the big honcho of both formats, Premium, and for the past we had like Inuidayo formats. That was fun, and so on.
Okay. So like talking about big honchos in the format and stuff like that, do you happen to have like any players or people within the community that you happen to idolize?
Well, it obviously started out with all the YouTubers, right? Because you watch the videos, get your informations, watch gameplay and stuff. Like for example, Top Deck Hero, the proxy testing is very helpful to get some insights in advance. of future cards. Yeah, big channels like Different Fight, Assault and Vanguard. All those I've watched them enough extensively. I also I'm glad they don't remember because during 2019 when
Yeah.
I first went to tournaments, I saw them real life. I was like, wow, I'm gonna get them to sign stuff, and they signed stuff of me, but they did not recognize me this year. I was like, okay, that's good. It was a little bit too much, maybe. Hunting them around to sign this, sign that.
That's good. I
Hope
mean,
they don't see this.
to you live. No. Okay, so then before we happen to round this conversation off, do you happen to have anybody you want to shout out? Any people you want to like mention who's been big pivotal parts of your life within Cardfight?
I mean, if I have the chance, I'm always gonna shout out all my friends at home in Austria, right?
Yeah.
Strong community.
Yeah.
Like my girlfriend Jasmine, my friends Maria Moritz. We have 2 Alexes, a third Alex. We have 4 Alexes in Austria. Aki. There's a lot of people I probably do not have the time to mention. Dennis, Marco, they are here as well. Marco made it to top 8, so congratulations.
Let's go.
And yeah, this is.
Oh, that's super dope, man. But for you guys at home, thank you all for tuning in and stopping by. This was a little bit more impromptu than what we had planned for. We're going to leave you guys with this, and we'll see you guys soon after the break.
Yeah, check out top 8. This will be fun.
Yes. Don't go anywhere.